said, I'm just trying to help my uncle with his hospital bill. So if you guys want to order a shirt, I'll have a link below. It is made to order, so, and it does take about 2 weeks to get. But there's the front, as you can see there. There's the back. You know, so far we got the 3 colors. You let them know which color. You got black, this gray, and then the light brown. If you really want to, I'd appreciate it. You know, anything helps. You know, because he's still in basically rehab. And he still has a trach down his throat and whatnot. So, like I said, it goes all to him. On other news, I'm, you know, trying to find I'm hoping to get a second job at a grocery store to get some discounts, you know, for the groceries, because things are getting too damn costly. And a little extra cash. I want to kind of start making a little more extra cash to put towards the car too. So, and I think I'm only 18 subscribers away from hitting 500 subscribers. So thank you guys very much. That's very awesome. You know, I never thought I'd even get 500. So I just want to say thanks again. And like I said, if you like the shirt, I mean, it's really cool of you. Like I said, so anyway, let's get back to the car. All right, welcome back. So I got this interesting note. my girl was leaving for work, and a guy stopped, and he's like, "Hey, is that car for sale?" You know, the one, of course, my Corvette in the garage, and she's all, "No, it's not mine. You'll have to talk to, you know, my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah." Well, anyway, yeah, so he wrote this note, and I'm blocking out his phone number, of course, but I'm like, going, "Oh, okay." Well, I left him a text, and I said, "I'm not interested." I mean, everything's for sale, but when you're not trying to sell something, you know, they have to offer, you know, if you don't want to sell it, they have to offer a good chunk amount to take it off your hands. So, so far, I got over with the car and parts and everything. It's about $50,000. So, to me, you better pay up, you know, to take it off my hands for what I already put into it. So, anyway, I painted the inside here. The sun's kind of reflecting a little bit, but getting real bad glare. There, that's better. So anyway, that's all painted all up inside there. Now I can close this, work on these little areas right through here, and of course this, and then we'll hopefully get this painted up today. I'll be ready to go for the door, and then I can, in a day or two, put the handle back on, and then of course do my wiring, get the door poppers on, and finish up all that. Like I said, I wanted to kind of get the door done first, and then I can go to that. So I'm going to do a little more body work, get this straightened out, all figured out, and go from there. And once I get to here, then we'll move on to the deck lid. So I'm going to have to take off the deck lid and do some modification to that. So it is taking longer than, like I said, initially I thought, but that's okay. It's like I said, it's 1,000% better than what it was. So yeah, I mean, that's looking really good. A little bit of dust and stuff in there, but I got to clean up the seats, wipe them down. All right, well, let's get some work done, huh? Right through here. Flatten that out. And clean up our inside seam first. Make it nice and smooth. So then you can kind of see how it comes down a little bit. So we're going to take some paper. And see, that's not going to quite fit with that whole thing, but I'm going to use the paper. And we're going to shape it a little bit right there. More just because I'm just kind of OCDing a little bit. I need to take the rubber off too, but I'll do that after. And get this all flattened out. But I'm just trying to make this flat flat as possible without going too crazy, and then fill it in. Okay, I think I'll be okay. For the most part, I'll get that U-pole on there. And we'll go ahead and put a little bit of that U-pole Bondo on there. And then that should adhere to that, get the rest of this. So I'm going to come in here with this open, get these edges first. And then I'll be able to bring it down and then go over the top. So I'm going to try and do as much of the deck lid as I can to get this area ready. So the door's looking real good, except for that little scratch I showed before. And okay, we're gonna mix up some of that U-pole. Mix up some U-pole, and go ahead and just fill in all these gaps. Kind of lay it on a little bit more thick than okay. It's funny because it's like what, 96 degrees today, and this stuff dries much faster. So yeah, just trying to get it down and laid and in the corners where it needs to be. All right, okay, right up in here. Yeah, see, it's already hardening. Crazy. That's what makes it tough to work on when you're, come on, see, it's already, I'll have to come back again and do that. Already hardening, don't want to mess it up. So we'll do one more coat. That's why most body work and everything, you know, is done around like 70. Gives you time to work on it. The good thing though is when it's hot like this, it'll dry here just a little bit, and then I can sand and work faster. But yeah, it's it just dries much faster. Maybe I'll make me another batch, and instead of doing up here, I'll do down here on the, you know, down here in this area right here, fix up some of that. And let's see, inside's really good till about right here, so maybe I can fix up a little bit of the inside and along the top. Funny, I'm like trying to work much faster now. So try to get this evened out. And like I said, where this stuff sands much easier, I'd rather have this on there than the other stuff. We'll make it a little thick, a little high right there. Okay. And then we got this little spot on this door that I have to fix. So let's see if we can just get a little bit of that in there. I think we'll be okay through here. I just want that little bit right here fixed. And the rest of the door is looking really good. So All right, we'll leave it at that. It's starting to harden up again. Keep my sharp line. Okay, now that we're doing that, taking 400, and I'm just gonna, just with my hand, because it has this little groove, and we don't want to get too crazy with it, so we have to be careful. So I have to use my hand and my finger to get that, keep that groove. You just don't want to go crazy. Follow the line as best as you can. I hold that like that, getting that finer groove. Just sand away, and then you'll see it kind of like butter up a little bit. That's when you clean it. And just keep going at it. So what I like to do is I like to try and get this angle, this groove in first, and then I like to work on more of the flat areas. Because I find if I work on the flat areas first and then I do the groove, that I'll flatten it out too much. You know, going this way, and I flatten it going this way. So trying to get that groove in there first is what I like to do. So, like I said, everybody's different, and I'm just showing you the way I do it. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, you do it wrong." You know, the professionals. Well, you know, I learn from them too, because I watch their videos because they've been doing it for forever. One guy, you know, that does pretty good body work is Bad Chad, and he's even like, well, if you make a mistake, basically you just go over and do it again, you know. And he's just showing, you know, don't waste your time doing this and this and this, and he does amazing quality work. So I like him because he's more of a let's just get it done and do it, you know, type of guy. So I really like that, because that's kind of my style. You know, of course, he's been doing it for ever. That's his basic career. I guess he was on a TV show or something like that too. So, but I try to do the best I can. That's all I'm asking for. You know. But anybody can do this. You just got to have patience. Just patience. That's what it really boils down to. And it's really, when you're doing body work, it's just more about time. Getting time. Like I said, life happens. If this isn't your career, life happens and gets in the way. So it's really hard to get like motivated and work on the car some days, especially when it's hot and I work outside all day. Sometimes that's the last thing I want to do is go in the garage and, you know, work on the car, you know, because I do work outside most of the time. There are days like when I'm like supervising and stuff, but I don't hardly do supervising work anymore. It's not worth my time and energy. A lot of it's because they don't pay you enough. You know, you're working anywhere from 12 to 14 hour days, and I'm getting paid less than what I'm doing, you know, otherwise. So it's not worth it. I don't mind to jump in and help every once in a while, you know, just to change it up a little bit, but kind of like when I'm doing like route inspections and whatnot. But and you get yelled at a lot more as a supervisor. It's not fun, because they're always asking why this, why that. Well, shit happens, you know. Can't have perfect days every day. So anyway, like I said, so this stuff, like I said, sands down pretty good. I always go a little thick and get a little bit higher because it's easier to sand down the high areas because it sands down just so nice. So yeah, like I said, you watch the professionals and they can just skim it just right somehow. I don't know how, but they do. And I'm trying to keep it real with you guys, because this is not, I mean, it's easy, but it's not. It's more, like I said, mental, because you have to just spend time with it. It's not like it's heavy lifting or anything like that for the most part. It's just your arm moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Here we go. Start to sharpen that up real nice. Still got that little indent right there. But yeah, so like I said, I'm not interested in buying a car right now, but hopefully within the next 2 years, because I said I'd give that Subaru to my daughter if everything works out. Give her that Subaru, and then I'll be looking for like a 94. Well, actually 93 to 94 Corvette for a daily driver. You know, just to kind of keep costs down, and I can pick those up for, you know, for like a daily driver type for like 15,000. So I do believe the 96s, I want the LT4, so I'm really looking at 96s. But there is a beautiful 94 right now here in Las Vegas. I mean, it's beautiful. He wants 13,000. Has what do you say? 36,000 miles or something on it. And I know people be saying, "Oh, he has 36,000." I mean, it's a nothing special car. It's beautiful. That's Admiral Blue. I do believe that's the color. And I'd have no problem putting mileage on that thing. You know, like I said, a lot of people would freak out, but I don't have the money right now to buy that. You know, and if anybody's interested, if anybody's like a runner out there training for marathons or anything like that, my best friend, he has a YouTube channel, and he's doing his thing. He's been training for a while, and he's going to be running his full marathon. I think it's this weekend. Of course, his videos are a week or two behind, you know, for editing purposes and stuff. But if you're interested in seeing how he's training for a marathon, he's my age. Went from like totally out of shape to running a marathon. So that's kind of cool. I used to run all the time. I used to run like 4 miles a day. My back basically is saying, screw you, you're not doing that anymore. So those days are done. Okay, so I got all the inside track and everything kind of smoothed out. I still need to gap it right, but I need to get this flush. See, this sits down, or this sits higher right through here, so I have to really sand it down. I'm going to go with my 8A grit and try to bring it down a little more flush. Okay, so to get these gaps right, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it gets a little thicker through here, so we're going to have to fix the gaps one more time. So we're going to have to go over one more time with some of that more Bondo, and take that toothpick, and you want to go along with the deck lid, because just as you can see how it gets a little wavy. I don't know if you can tell, but it gets a little more wavy on this side. The deck lid's nice and straight. So the good thing is going on the back, it's nice and straight. It just has to be built up. Well, actually it doesn't. So could, but I think if I build it up, when I open it up, it'll hit the bodywork. So I don't think I'm going to build it up right through there. And anyway, so we got to go over it one more freaking time. we got all this. This is looking good. Down in here, gotta see, it looks like it's indented, but it's not. I got little pinholes. But I'm gonna try with a primer filler first. And of course I gotta sand it down through here a little bit more. But I'm gonna be doing a little more body work, so. And then the door is ready. I gotta wet sand it one more time, the whole thing, and get it ready for paint. So getting close there. All right, so good news and bad news. I adjusted what I could. Shuts really nice. Opens up like a dream. I can barely get my hand on there. Comes right open. I mean that. I mean that is nice. Oop. Okay, but I still can't get that down. You know, and I can't adjust that door anymore. That door is just. So I'm just gonna have that little bit of a lip. That's all is to it. I'm gonna open up the door. And maybe I can sand it down more. I don't know. So, I mean, I got a lot of thickness through here, so maybe that's what I'll do. I'll sand this down a lot more. But yeah, let's open up this door, and then we'll go from here and go with this angle if I can get it as low as possible, because this is even with the door. Oh boy, a little more work than I wanted, but that's okay. We'll get it. All right, so to bring it down fast, use the hard sander, 80 grit. And we'll just sand the hell out of it for a minute, and then we don't have to get the door all the way closed, but we can keep measuring until we get that shape. So it's going to take a lot more. This way you get that nice and flat. You can see as we build up, it's better. Okay, we're looking real close there. Okay, just to get this line. Good news. That's flush right through there. Okay, I'm going to take my finger and some 90 grit or 80 grit and flush it this way, and then we just have to build it up just a teeny. Actually, you know what? I can sand it down the whole thing. It's not that bad. And we'll just fix up this little area. So we're almost flush with that, and we're pretty good through here. I just need to, like I said, build it up just a hair more. So okay, first off I need to sand this little groove and get that groove before I add some more U-pole. All right, so the OCD kicked in. There we go. We fixed it. So now some more Bondo. Shave down, take it away, put it back on. Anyway, so I'll fix up all these tiny little things that I messed up on, or well, not messed up on, but when I was doing the heavier grit, it took out some chunks. So I got to make sure I get those down in there, put on right, and then, like I said, take a toothpick, redo my line, and whew, kind of tired. Anyway, and go from there. Starting to get warmer. I think it's catching up to me. Anyway, yeah. So some more Bondo work. Like I said, I want everything flush, nice and flush first. And I'm really glad I kind of adjusted that the deck lid, so now it opens up really, really nice. Okay, yeah, so let's put some more glaze over the top there and in these little areas, and then we'll come and flush this out and make it even a little more better. All right, so I'm using the more flexible block, getting this little groove going this way and flatten it down. I can go back and forth a little bit this way too, that'll help. Looking better. Looking better. Now I think I can take my what is it called? The popsicle stick. And we'll form our line. See, that's really close as is. Need to go a little bit in, but not much.